Before we begin the proper study of harmony, let's just take a little bit of time to get acquainted with the circle of fifths. Because the circle of fifths is so useful for our memorization and improvisation assignments, it's really good just to spend a little bit of time at the beginning making sure that we're really comfortable moving through it. Also, just a quick note to say that for all of the patterns that I'm going to be showing you, they are all to be collected into a PDF document which you will see available in a link underneath all of the subsequent videos. This document is a reference of all the patterns that we are learning in this course. It's not a replacement for memorization, but it is still useful to have all the patterns expressed on a single page. I'm going to show you a pattern for moving through the circle of fifths. Every note in this pattern will be played with the thumb. I start on the C above middle C. Then I go down a perfect fifth and up a perfect fourth. Down a perfect fifth, 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 up a perfect fourth. I will demonstrate it one more time. I will put the metronome on 60, and your first assignment is to copy this demonstration. Now that we can use the pattern of down a perfect fifth and up a perfect fourth to move through the circle of fifths, we can now turn those single notes into chords. So I start at C, and that C will become the root of a C major triad. When I play chords, I always like to use the thumb. I'm not too prescriptive about what you use for the other two notes, but using the thumb will lend security to the hand. Now, the next note was down a perfect fifth to the F, and I form a major triad on top of this. The next movement was up a perfect fourth to B flat, and this becomes the root of a major triad. So let's see what it looks like when we pass through the whole circle of fifths. And this is the pattern that I would like you to copy for your assignment. Again, I'm putting the metronome on metronome equals 60, and I'm assigning 2 beats to each event. Now that we're more comfortable moving through the circle of fifths, let's use the circle of fifths to practice memorizing a slightly longer pattern. This is the pattern. And this is how I make it. In the right hand, I'm beginning with a C major triad, and the C is the bottom note and it is middle C. To get to the next chord in the pattern, I take that C and I put it up an octave. And then to get to the next note chord, I get this E in the bottom and I put it up an octave. And then I go back, so the E gets taken down an octave and the C gets taken down an octave. Altogether it looks like this. Meanwhile, the left hand simply holds down the root of the chord, which is C. So see if you can spend a few minutes just getting comfortable with that pattern in C major. Now that we've learnt this pattern in C major, let's use the circle of fifths to practice it in all 12 keys. So far I've said that if we're going from C to F, then you need to go down a perfect fifth. In reality, you have a choice. You could go down a perfect fifth, but you could also go up a perfect fourth. Similarly, I said that to go from F to B flat, you have to go up a perfect fourth. In reality, you could also go down a perfect fifth. So basically, it's not essential for you to always follow the pattern of down a perfect fifth, up a perfect fourth. The important thing is that if you have just played a pattern in C major, that the next pattern is in F major and the next one in B flat major. Whether you go down to F major or up to F major is up to you. Now I'm going to walk through the pattern in all 12 keys, and your assignment is to copy this pattern exactly. I'm going to put the metronome on 60. Now a quick note about metronome speeds. It's possible that the metronome speed that is comfortable for me is not comfortable for you at the moment. And if that's the case, that is absolutely fine. All you need to do is bring the metronome speed down to a speed that you can complete the exercise at. So here we go.